Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Defense of the Patients. We're a gaming podcast. I'm Cyphus, sitting here with my co-host Roland.
We've done 2 takes, and in both takes, he's not called me short.
I am too tired.
He's not called me short.
Way too tired.
I'm going to stand up. See, look. Is that a short person?
You're shorter than that Tombstone.
Yeah, because that thing's 9 feet tall. So if that's 9 feet tall, and I'm shorter than it, that puts me right about 7 feet. Which is what I view myself.
About 7 feet.
So I'm 7. I'm pretty tall, but
I'm also sitting here with Easy Marchese, who is in charge of keeping us broadcasting live. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah. Hopefully that works out.
Andy's in charge of kind of everything lately. He's been Easy. Why don't you give us a rundown on what you're doing? I mean, just so people understand, like. We've done a conference call that I thought went swimmingly, and I don't know, you've been kind of you're in the leadership position. What's that like?
Oh, it's too much power for one man.
It is. It is.
First of all. And so I don't really like to think of it like that, but basically we've got so much stuff going on with .p right now and so many different
project manager.
Defense of the patient arms in motion at one time that kind of designating a person to try to keep track of it all and kind of act as a hub for all the different spokes so that the wheel keeps turning, I guess would be a good analogy for it. So just kind of basically facilitating communication and, if anybody's got an idea, making sure I'm available to bounce off of, or if, you want to talk about something that you're doing on Tuesday and how that relates to Thursday, that's kind of what I want to make sure I'm there for, to kind of connect all the different pieces of Defense of the Patient so that it continues to be something that people enjoy. Yeah. And hopefully that's working out.
What do you have to say about it?
Oh, no, I think it was really cool because they did a no armor or an armor week or like an armor reduction
Armorless.
Week. Yeah, for the Try Hard Tuesday and then the Theorycraft Thursday shows, which are Dota 2 central shows for those who are tuning in and may not know.
Tying in topics.
Yeah, and what's funny is they had Gorgon on for Try Hard Tuesdays. And he just wrote a big negative armor article on DotaBuff. I don't know if you saw that. I know, Easy, you're not doing as much Dota these days, but
we should redo.
I'm hanging out with you guys.
We should. Can we repost that article, the armor article that I did it like probably a year ago, but it hasn't changed.
Yeah, we could do that.
How positive armor is actually more. It's less. Okay, having more armor.
No offense, no offense, but. I would rather post the very extensive Gorgon article.
Oh yeah, mine was just a chart.
Yeah,
I didn't write it. It was some chart.
He really went into it, and he tried to provide like an overview of like general rules of thumb that have been impacting how I'm playing the carries that I play. And admittedly, I'm playing at shit tier Dota. Let's be honest, but it's been impacting how I make those or how I build those characters. Just because, it made me think about something that I never really thought about with the concept of effective HP, which is something I was aware of, but I don't think I was putting it into any sort of like practical play out.
Just everything goes through a filter before it hits your EHP.
Well, what he would explain to you, or one of the general things to keep in mind is, for that like second big item on your carry, it really does matter. It hardcore matters what your stats are, and maybe you're not supposed to be going for your primary attribute. Meaning, if you're playing a high agi character, you're going to have high armor. You're going to have a good armor gain because you have a good agi gain. Maybe for your second big item, you need to be building strength.
Get a heart.
Right, yeah. And to maximize your EHP.
I feel like whenever you have that thought, just buy an IF. People hate the way I say Scotty.
Because you say Scotty, you say it's like you like put a apostrophe in the middle of it that doesn't exist. Like you say you need to get a Scotty, like it's 2 words.
It's 2 syllables. It's not.
Well, yeah,
it's like beam me up, Scotty.
But get an eye of Scotty.
And so the general rule of thumb, and Gorgon, if you listen to this, and I fuck it up completely, forgive me. But so his like general rule of thumb was, if you're above 1,000 HP on your character, then maybe snag an armor item. If you're below 1,000 HP and you're like playing an agi character, maybe grab a strength item. And that was, I don't know, that kind of opened my mind to that concept of effective HP, and I feel like when I'm playing my agi carries lately, that I'm a little bit tankier than I was.
I mean, I'll play Devil's... I mean, I just kind of knew... Like, playing Shadow Fiend, for instance. You know I've played a ton of Shadow Fiend. Agi hero. Tons of armor, okay? He has a good agi gain. He is definitely an agi hero. Most of the time, my treads are on strength because I need the health. And most of the time, I get an Eye of Scott E. Because I get 25 agility, I get 25 strength, I get 25 intelligence. Maybe I want a bigger health pool and mana pool. Anyway, I feel like, I mean... I can see where people are coming from, though, because if you play support, you don't really play agi heroes. I know there are some agi supports.
Yeah, not
Easy does. Easy plays an agi support, which is Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah.
But other than Venji, I can't really think of many, supports that are in the agility category.
So I don't know.
It's interesting.
Here's what it's made me feel
that.
good about. So I went on like a Doom run recently, right, in my solo queue games. And
strength hero, low armor.
It was nice to go, okay, you know what, especially if I managed to get a really good timing on a Midas, the first thing that I usually build into is
AC.
Is AC. And I realized that I probably...
Some would argue drums.
Yeah, sure. But I realized I probably would have done that anyway, because initially, as all good shit tier Dota players do, I follow a build. And so I realized I would have done that anyway to begin with, but it made me feel a little bit better about my decision because
makes a ton of sense.
Well, because I had a reason for doing it. You and I talked about poker, reading Annie Duke's book. She always tells you, if you make a move, if you raise, if you fold, if you called, your three options in a poker game. You need to have, at the very least, a
sentence.
reason for a
She
sentence.
said a sentence.
Yeah, about why you are doing it.
So if somebody stopped you in that moment of time, if they could pause time and stop you and say, describe to me in one sentence why you just bought that item, or why you just did whatever.
Why did you raise in,
And AC makes a lot of sense with Doom, and just to summarize real quick, you Doom somebody, you want to get as many hits on them, so... and the armor, of course, the armor, and it's a radius that helps your team.
Right.
Doom is kind of at that point you're not
and reduces the other team's armor.
You're not a solo ganker, Doom. You can be, and oftentimes you Doom people when you're alone as Doom, but most of the time you like to be with everybody with your Scorched Earth on, dooming people and level deathing the dude you doomed. And negative armor, go read Gorgon's article, we'll definitely link that.
Yeah.
It is cool to have rules of thumb.
Well, you know what it made me realize is I wish that and then I do think we should transition over to other games, but
I do.
So it made me think that if I had been doing that from the start, and I wonder if I would be a better player. If I was forcing myself to do the same thing Annie Duke would advise.
No, because you're still learning how to. We are still learning. The three of us are still learning how to execute.
Right, but
and so I don't think it would have helped your execution. No,
but I'm thinking more from just a strategic point of view.
Mechanics.
Imagine if you forced.
You needed to learn the last hit.
Sure, mechanics aside, but at the same time,
we're still in that phase.
If you forced every player along the way to develop a sentence for you about why they bought an item, and then after the fact you asked them if somebody who was knowledgeable about the game came to you and said, okay, what is your sentence at this point in time for building that item? And you don't have one, then you need to figure out what... Well, no, not that it was even a mistake, but you should figure out what it is, because it might lead... Because I think that kind of an exercise in a game would force you to make better decisions on other heroes in future games.
You must not be listening to me, dude. I've been I brought that analogy up 3 times. Where it's I feel like that's what I've been trying to do in Dota, is justify to myself why I'm doing things. And you know what it stopped? Me diving. Holy fuck, dude, did I dive. You know it, Easy. You know it, dude. Everybody knows it. I was given, Diving McGee or whatever people would call me. When I saw a dude and I wanted to kill him, there was no amount of creeps or towers or heroes that are going to stop me from killing that guy. And... describe that in a sentence that doesn't make you sound like a crazy person while you were doing it, or sound like
but your sentence out of everything that you guys have brought up, for people that are for our Dota fans out there that really enjoy the Tuesday, Thursday Dota content that we have coming, if you haven't seen that Gorgon article, make sure to check it out. For me, for someone that's playing on my level, the thing that stood out to me most about your conversation that you just had was have a sentence to explain why you just did what you did. Because the number of times that I've been playing with you guys, and we've had, Fafnir, somebody's been like, why the fuck did you just do that? And I'm like, don't know. Actually.
Let me play my fucking game.
Yeah.
Let me play my fucking game. That's my description. Fuck you.
So in all honesty, though, that's like a defensive mechanism for not having a justifiable reason to explain why I did. Like, I don't know why I fucking did that, and now I know it was stupid because you just called me out on it. But you need to answer that question first before you make a decision. Why am I doing this?
And imagine what it does to hear yourself do that. I mean, you don't dive near. I mean, we haven't given you shit about diving in a long time.
I still do questionable shit all the time.
Sure.
And after it happens, I find myself like, I am the best person to tell myself when I'm doing something wrong because I don't use those defense mechanisms against myself. Like, if I'm the one that's recognizing, Jesus Christ, that was stupid as fuck.
No, like, I've heard you a couple of times do something about, like, 4 or 5 times that was maybe even beyond questionably bad. I'm not saying that I don't, but and then I've heard you tell the team, okay, guys,
you're gonna lie.
I'm sorry.
Oh, dude. No, sometimes when I die to neutral creeps, that was an intentional suicide. I needed to get back to the fountain. Like, you lie to make yourself seem better. I'm just saying.
The awesome thing about live streaming is you can actually see the defensiveness happening right now.
I lie. Like, of course, like, if I'm hoping somebody's camera wasn't centered on me as Darkseer chasing somebody past a tier 3. And, it was crazy. They hooked me in, and then I got force-staffed, and Earth Spirit pulled me 2,000 units back behind the tier 3 guys. It was the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. Yes, you're absolutely right. I do stupid shit, and sometimes my own mind won't recognize it. But as of late, especially as I've gone on a horrible losing streak, this is because I've had a bad attitude or whatever. I've been asking myself, like, why?
It's so much, dude.
Say what?
I noticed your streams disappeared the last couple of days. I've been playing some angry Dota.
No, I mowed over the internet cord. I mowed over the internet. I mowed over the internet that powers this shed. That powers this whole thing. So I don't have a dual screen inside. We're out in the shed, but we're using. We call it the shed. Is what it's called. I don't think we've ever revealed that.
Studio.
It is
a studio, but I call it the shed because everybody called it the shed derogatorily.
Yeah, because it was a shed. Okay.
I'm sure at some point in time this was used for shed purposes prior to you.
My God, we haven't told this story. This is a fun story to tell. Can I tell the shed story?
Sure. Okay,
so my soon-to-be wife, I'm getting married in a week, whatever. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the shed. She had a house that I moved into, and there was this giant shed in the background, tin shed. It's like 20 feet by 20 feet, and the people before us that lived here built it because they were hunters, and this is where they would drain the blood out of the animals they'd kill. Okay, where we're sitting. So and before...
That explains the curse.
There is a curse on this land, for sure. Many deer often run around spirit animals, but they're angry spirit animals. Yeah. So then, one year, I was playing a lot of music, and a friend that isn't really a friend so much anymore, because I don't really see him, was like, that would be a great place to jam. And I was like, no, that would be a great place to spend like $7,000 on framing it and insulating it and putting a cooler, an air conditioning unit, and putting a heating unit in. There was a mini fridge, and then we had a shortage because the breaker on the inside isn't feeding enough electricity, and because of attenuation in the cord, attenuation, you lose voltage per foot. Because it's so far away from the house that I lose a good amount of amps because it's so far away from the house.
I feel like I can hear all the people typing Google.com as they leave the stream.
What? Anyway, we built this.
Everyone's Googling attenuation because they're super interested.
I can spell it for you if you'd like. No. So yeah, and it was my recording studio. And hence the name, the reason why we call it a studio.
No, it looks good. It looks really good inside, but I mean, it was,
There used to be, so right about here, there was a hook when we were remodeling this. And what we did is we ripped everything out of here. And it's really tall, too. And we did a drop ceiling. Anyway, there was a hook in the center where he would apparently like hang a dead deer up or something. I'm not a hunter. I feel I go to the grocery. I don't even go to the fucking grocery store. Let's be honest.
Food just magically appears for Roland.
Yeah. I'm not against. I'm not super against it.
You're somebody who would have died like 300 years ago, maybe
No.
100
before penicillin. I would have died any time before penicillin.
Probably.
That has been vital to me living this long. Strep throat. I've had strep throat like 2,000 times in my life, dude. You have the chance of dying, right, from strep throat? Like if you don't get antibiotics.
Yeah, not anymore, but
Not anymore. But back in the day, getting strep throat was like that kid's got.
Back in the day,
strep
getting
throat.
sick, it didn't matter what it was. Recurring sickness, even worse.
Yeah. Anyway, I would have been dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm barely living in this century. This century's catching up with me as I'm getting worse. Like,
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God technology works exponentially.
Yeah, cures are coming with my ailments. So yeah, no, I love the time where we live.
All right, so I've got an important question to segue us here.
Sure.
How much time have each of you spent playing Fallout?
Easy. Why don't you start?
Cumulative, I've got 17 hours probably. Like 13 on my first character, and then I've spent about 4 hours on my new character that I just started. Because I had that moment. I don't know. In these like open world RPG games, I have these like. It happens like almost always before the 20-hour mark, where you have this like lock moment where you start seeing all the different spec trees and you start understanding how the mechanics of the game work, and then you just wish that you had chosen something different. And so, with Skyrim, it was like, oh, dude, I didn't know that I wanted to be so good at bow and arrows, so I'm going to go back and, I didn't know this race had that special ability, so I'm going to recreate my character.
You
and
didn't need to in Skyrim.
Recreate.
To be honest with you, sorry to cut you off, Easy. What I don't like so much about Fallout, I'll just mention it real quick, is like when I'm hidden, for instance, and I'm walking around a base and I'm hidden the whole entire time. In Skyrim, I'd be slowly leveling up as that was happening, and my hide skill would be improving, right? Whereas in this, you do that by levels and perks.
So yeah, the whole like idea of leveling in Skyrim, where you swing your sword more, which increases that proficiency,
Which makes sense.
Which that's cool, but you would also want to make sure you had a race that took advantage of those bonuses.
Yes.
You could still optimize a character through selection. So I just decided, like, all right, I'm going to go back and recreate a character, spend a little bit more time in the character creation. Because if you guys have seen, like, out on the internet, some of the things that people have created, like, there's pictures of, like, a Beavis and a Butthead. There's a Fox Mulder and a Scully. Like,
that's awesome.
like perfect, dude. They look super good. There's a John Cena out there that looks hella funny. A lot of people are making some pretty good stuff. So I was like, damn, I didn't really realize, like, that it went
How
that
far
deep.
you
And
could
my character was like generic ass looking. Like my character looked like it came out of Skyrim, is how little bit of time I spent, on the details and stuff. So I went back and I spent a little more time. But the other thing I started doing, and if you guys look at the stream right now, you'll see it scrolling through. I got this sweet program called ShareX, and it allows me to hit Control Print Screen and then just grab a screenshot. Any size, it just puts a grid over my monitor, and I can just grab a screenshot. So scrolling on the stream right now are all the screenshots that I've taken of the beginning of my journey, and I'm going to put together like a Tumblr,
cool.
like an unfolding narration of my time in Fallout with this character. Her name is Vivian.
And it was your husband that died in the cryo chamber, right?
Yeah, I chose a female, and I didn't know this at the intro, but, spoiler alert for any... Nah, fuck it. Let's not spoil the intro.
No, we can spoil the intro. This game, let's be honest.
That intro is pretty amazing. I don't think it needs to be spoiled. We can still talk about things that happened later and let people experience that first 5 minutes of the game, because that was a powerful 5 minutes.
I'm trying to decide if people have played,
maybe
who's listening that haven't played.
Dude, I played Skyrim about 6 months after it came out. So
what I would like to propose, if you guys are interested, is maybe if you guys are anybody that's enjoying, like Roland, you're not enjoying it, so please.
No, I'm enjoying it. I'm still playing it. So let's
put out like a bonus Fallout Friday.
Yeah, we should.
Full on spoilers. If you guys show up on Friday, we're going to be talking about the game in detail, the plot, the things that we're enjoying about the story. Give people another week to play it, and then celebrate it there so that people don't have to like.
Yeah,
fast
I agree.
it'll just be that cast on Friday. Instead of it being a classic episode, swing by for Fallout Friday, hang out, enjoy the game like we're enjoying it, pick up an extra episode of .p.
Yeah, I'm completely with you. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I agree.
So
although I don't think I was going to participate on that. Like, I like the game. There are aspects of it that I don't like.
Well, I mean, I
it's
think we can get into some of that.
I think it's graphically. I'm going to bring that
How much
up right
time?
now.
How much time have you played it?
More than 10 hours. So probably less than 20, more than 10, somewhere in between there. And it hasn't been in like binges. It's been in like an hour or two at a time, maybe. And that's probably the most, is 2 hours at a time.
Yeah.
Because I get to a point, and after 3 times having to redo it, I'm just like, all right, well, I'm going to go play Storm Spirit mid, is what I'm going to go do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sounds like fun now. It just hasn't like really hooked me in, dude, and like, you know, reeled me in and been like, you want to play 10 hours of this straight. Like, right now, talking about it, I want to go play Fallout 4 and play like 12 hours straight.
Fuck yeah.
But then I get on and like, okay, so wait, you want me to go to this place now and do the same fucking thing I just did last time? Like,
I'm having the exact opposite.
You're doing a
response.
different campaign. Okay. I don't think we can even broach the subject.
No,
without
I
getting
think we
deep
have
into
to.
it.
I think we can get into
Well,
so
I want to get
what
more
Easy doesn't want to
specific.
do is discuss plot elements, major plot elements. Okay, I think, and I agree with that. So if you don't
Okay.
I think we can talk about gameplay elements without foiling the plot.
Totally fine. Yeah, we want to talk
So-
No, I
mechanics. We
can't.
want to talk
I can't
graphics.
talk about my biggest issue. I can't because it's with a certain group that you can join, and that would ruin it. Maybe people wouldn't want to do that quest line if I was.
If that's your biggest issue with the game, is a certain group that you can join, something's weird.
Well,
you got a bone to
Yeah.
pick. You got some weird bone to pick.
Well,
I think you're content locked.
well,
I think you get in there and you get frozen because you don't know what to do.
Yeah,
There's a
know.
million
content
fucking
locked.
things to do, and
Wow,
you're just like,
I know there are.
Because I'll tell you what, like
Skyrim- yeah.
I know what you're talking about, and I think anybody who's listening to the show does as well. The initial group that you have the opportunity to join up with.
Yes.
Now, I've
gone very far in that quest line.
So what I would advise to anybody who plays, who starts out, if you haven't played it yet, I think you should play through to that first showdown with the main quest line.
Okay.
And then I think you deviate. Unless you're a big fan of just following through the quest line, unless you're one of those people and you follow the main quest pretty much hardcore through.
That's the lamest way to do things. I did that in Skyrim and it was boring. And
Following the main quest?
Yeah, and so then I went off and did like Companions Guild, and I did all the guilds, and I think it was called Mage's Guild once again in Skyrim, and the Dark Brotherhood, and those quest lines were by far and away better than the main quest line.
See, so here's
In my opinion.
here's what I've done. I've done a few of those quests for that particular group along the way, but primarily I've been really mixing it up with the side quests that I follow.
Picking up radio signals, do you go help?
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Absolutely, because
So
it's a
do
good
I.
damn time. You never know what mess you're gonna get into.
that's
And
so fun.
I kill merchants. I'll say that.
Oh, you're a terrible person.
I
You're
kill.
an asshole. Like, I get why you're not enjoying the game. You're mercilessly slaughtering people for no reason.
They're charging too much for the 308 rounds, okay? They're charging way too much. And I'm in the wasteland, and I'm sorry, I'm not a necessarily good guy. I saw my wife get fucking killed.
Oh yeah, there's your plot spoiler.
Oh,
When
fuck.
we said Fallout Friday,
I'm so sorry. We can stop it.
No,
We can go back.
it's
No,
it's
you
out
don't
on the
have to
stream now.
stop.
We'll put minor spoilers. I
mean-
most people that have played the game most people that are listening to this have played the game
And I mean,
or understand some.
you're
basic
forced to
elements.
pick a female anyway, so how could you know? What
Anyway.
I mean? Okay, I can't backpedal that one.
Before we go too deep, and since we did just reference the fact that we are live streaming, I do want to give a big shout out to Jagushi and Xlay for stopping by the stream. Thanks, guys, for hanging out and chatting.
What's up, guys?
Oh yeah, what is up, guys?
I will be interacting with you in the chat as long as these guys aren't taking my attention. And Xlay did, in fact, take the time to look up attenuation and provide a definition in the Twitch chat.
Awesome.
Am I right or wrong, dude?
You know, yeah, you were definitely right.
So
No, I'm just joking. I'm not like that.
another thing I would advise you to do, Roland, is like maybe get a little, and this is gonna sound weird, but get a little into the crafting, because some of the most fun I've had.
Oh, You stop right there.
Okay.
I am into the crafting. I took the perk.
Shut your damn mouth. Shut your damn
Yeah,
mouth.
you shut your damn mouth.
Shit.
I took the perk that gives me springs and screws from guns.
Well, I went for the gun nut, and I started heading down that route. I've had more fun getting into random trouble, going out and looking for specific items to make my next mod.
Salvaging? Yeah, it's a blast, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking holding V salvaging. I'm talking just looking through everything and picking up aluminum cans.
Well, and even just knowing, like, I knew where the Super Duper Mart was, and I knew that I needed a particular item that could potentially, that sounded like it would be the Super Duper Mart. So that I followed a quest line to head to the fucking Super Duper Mart.
Was it there?
No, it sadly wasn't.
Was it the bag of cement?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he was looking for a bag of cement forever.
Fuck, bro.
That is
Cement.
so...
You have to salvage a house in order to get cement.
And I also
a whole house.
So
you can find cinder blocks for cement also.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cinder blocks.
So my girlfriend's playing a higher charisma character, and she's got the perk that allows all of her settlements to have the supply lines connected.
So she bought a computer?
No, she's playing on her laptop. She met the bare minimum for it. She had to update the NVIDIA drivers.
And it what?
Yeah, she's got a good gaming laptop, but a good gaming laptop is still shit compared to a PC. You know.
What is it? Does it look horrible? Is it slow? Is it laggy? Does it take
It's
forever
not
to load?
laggy. It's just she's on the bare minimum graphics. It just doesn't look. It
put
as
me
polished.
on ultra instantly.
Yeah, me
dude.
too. I let her play on mine.
It was like
before last.
ultra, and it was just like yeah. Oh, when she plays on yours, does she start from her save points?
Yeah, because Steam syncs all the game saves.
That's really fucking cool.
So anyway, so she got that perk that connects all the supply lines and allows you to use the workshop supplies at another one interchangeably between them. So my issue was I had a shitload of concrete back at one settlement, but I needed a shitload over here. And
Why didn't you just pick it up?
I was loaded down, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go through my fucking inventory, and I'm gonna have to get rid of all this shit.
Oh my god!
I had some stuff going on. All right, it was a personal problem.
Oh my god!
So what do you guys have? You guys had a lot of issues with being over encumbered?
Nope, because I'm a strength character.
I'm dumping points into strength, and I'm having fewer troubles.
And I have a drinking problem.
Exactly. Now that I have a ton of fusion cores.
So you use the artificial substances to increase your carry weight?
I drink and then fast travel. And then
that's the trick.
And then decide when you get back, you're not drunk anymore because you walked it off.
Yeah, and you're slow, but hey, you're only slow for like 20 feet, as opposed to trying to walk home.
Then I can make it to like a merchant in Diamond City real quick.
Booze is a must.
No, there's no such thing as gin. I have bourbon. I have a lot of bourbon.
Bourbon,
a lot of
vodka, whiskey.
Whiskey's
beer.
the best because whiskey's 2 strength, 1 int loss.
Oh my god!
Yeah. The beer is pretty tough because it wears off really quick. You gotta have.
I just use it to fast travel, because I'll pick a bunch of shit up
and
then find my way out of the dungeon because you know how it's still.
I'll use it to finish a quest. I'll use it to or if I'm clearing out an area and I'm getting close to the end of it. I'll down beer or booze to get myself through the remainder of that and then get out.
Yeah, sure. Like maybe I'll drink the whiskey early, knowing that I'm going to leave that instant, whatever you want to call it, when you enter somewhere and it's a loading screen. I'd like to think of it as a dungeon.
Well, and it's always easier to clear the area out and not pick shit up. Fast travel back, offload a bunch of stuff, come back and salvage the cleared area.
I pick it all up, dude, and I'll drink and I'll take. I think buff out gives strength too.
Buff out, but it's not. It's so buff out is again. I'm playing on survival. I started from the beginning. I've kept it that way.
I have a ton of buff out.
Which
man,
I gotta
buff
say,
out
dude,
is
I've got
life.
a lot of respect.
Really?
I've got a lot of respect for your survival mode playthrough, dude.
Oh, it's been fun.
That's pretty legit.
So what I was going to tell you is the reason I did not restart a character. Like you did, because I had similar thoughts. I got into it, and somewhere around like level 7 or 8, I was like, man, if I could adjust, with several stats, with several perks. And then my girlfriend informed me, and I didn't know this, and I didn't realize that they had released it way in advance of the game. There's no level cap in Fallout 4.
Really?
So at some point, you will have max stats. You can get your stats there and then invest in the perks you want further on.
Well, I mean, at some point, you're talking
like are you going to get 400 hours of gameplay
mark or some shit?
Yeah.
Are you going to max your character, Cyphus? Are you going to max your character?
No, probably not.
What, do you just start the main
No, but my
quest
point
over
being,
again?
since it's going to be easy enough, I mean, your stats probably didn't start low enough that you can't get your core stats up to the level that you need to gain
20?
access to whatever perk you might want.
Isn't 20 maximum
20
on like your attributes?
No, I think I want to say it's 9. At least it was always 9 in the previous Fallout games.
Oh, 9? Okay.
On your special stats.
Yeah.
I love how it's called special. I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
So at some point,
you're just special. That's why you're so strong.
So every one of your stats started at, was it 3? I want to say.
No, it starts at 1, and then you get 26 points or 21 points to apply or something like that.
So 21 divided by the 7 is 3. So you have 4. You can put 4 in each. You need 5 in each to get to the max. So by level 35, theoretically, you could have every stat maxed out without investing in perks. And what I'm saying is, you don't need every stat maxed out to gain access to
really cool perks.
Yeah, the useful perks that you may want to design your character the way you wanted.
No matter what, I mean, depending on your character, every perk
I guess I just feel like with the level cap not being an issue anymore, that if you get into the game and you're only like 7 levels in and you're like, oh, I wish I would have had this stat about 3 higher and this stat about 2 higher.
Just start respecking then.
You don't level at the same rate though. It's diminishing. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, it's not. If you level up your int increases the amount of experience that you earn. And if you level up luck, there's a perk under luck that periodically you just earn triple experience. It's called Idiot Savant. Periodically, you just earn triple XP.
I've
at
really
cost
thought
of
about
like intelligence or something.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe you gotta have lower int.
It's pretty. I love the.
That's funny.
There's always something to lose. When you have something to gain, it's like, at what cost?
Yeah.
It always seems like, okay, I'm getting this, but what's it hurting me? And you're always weighing, one against the other.
So I guess that's maybe not the best example, that perk, but
Cyphus, just a heads up, the stream is requesting that you stream your Fallout play because of your in-depth knowledge of the game.
Yes.
I will start streaming this week.
Well, shouldn't we address the power suit? Don't you
power
feel like
armor?
that? You wearing a fucking... I'll call it power suit, thank you, because that's what it is.
Oh, I feel like Tony Stark. Today I went to... Have either of you found
No
Bunker?
wonder you're playing on survival mode, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you have to. I need that. Like, I don't wear the suit unless I'm going to clear an area, for the most part. Oh, it's not slow. You guys, everybody tells me that who didn't wear the power armor a second time after that. Your power armor was slow when you initially got it, and this is a little bit of a plot spoiler, and I apologize again for those who haven't played it. But when you initially get it, it's very low on power, and it can only move a little bit. But if you get it back to your primary settlement and you get a fresh fusion core into it, it moves like you move. I'm quick. Like, I'm not fucking like... boom, 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 trudging through the fucking wasteland like an easy target, like a fucking barn that's easy for you to hit the broadside.
I was saying
like thinking, I was like, fuck this is way too slow.
I don't need 6 inches of metal to protect me, okay?
Yes, you do.
No, I don't, because I'm a sneaky motherfucker, dude. I just... Hey, what was that?
Just
Oh my god! I didn't. Well, and I'll admit, I don't really care. I don't care for playing with a ton of stealth. But if you want to do that, you can load a stealth boy with the right mods onto your power armor.
I know I can get a stealth boy, thank you very much.
Well, a stealth boy mod, where like it's built into the power armor.
Oh, I know. People think I have a stealth boy, okay? They said, he must have a stealth boy when I get caught, because I'm so fucking sneaky, okay? Like,
Sure.
I don't need to install any more sneak, dude. I'm right behind somebody, and I'm like, checking their ID, trying to memorize their ID number, and then put it back in their pocket, and they have no idea. Dude.
So have either of you found Bunker Hill?
Yes, I found Bunker Hill, but I haven't found it through a cool way.
Okay, so I went to the top of Bunker Hill.
Yeah.
Because I was curious, because I've jumped with that power armor, and there's nothing, and I don't know if you ever jumped with it, but like there's nothing more satisfying than landing like fucking Iron Man into the goddamn ground. Yeah. So I climbed up to the top of Bunker Hill, and I hit F5 for a good quick save, just in case what I was about to do was really dumb. And I jumped off the top of fucking Bunker Hill just to see if I could survive, and sure enough, with just dust spewing forth underneath my legs. It was the most satisfying feeling I've ever had.
No damage? No fall damage?
No damage. That power armor is the way to fucking go.
And I guess there's no more durability. It's not. There's no more.
There is durability. You got to repair the various components, and you can upgrade components. I have 3
3
suits of power armor.
I upgraded to B. to B. I upgraded all.
They're
everything
different
to B.
models. You are using the T45B. I'm using the T60B.
Oh my God, dude, you're way deep, bro.
I don't have any fusion cores. Is my issue.
I've got
Dude,
20.
Cyphus, are you doing any like reading on the side? Or are you doing?
Oh
any,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm lost, dude. I'm 38 hours into the game.
38 hours.
Holy shit! Where do you? Holy shit!
Jesus.
I was off Wednesday because of Veterans Day. When you sent me that tweet, Easy, I didn't see it until 9 hours later, and I had been playing Fallout 4 for about 7 of them.
I was like trying to hit you up to
How do
plan
you
like
do that?
let's play together day, dude. I wanted to like get on a Skype call and like play with you.
I bought myself a new office chair. As you know, I haven't had a good office chair at my place, and that's probably a big part of why I spend so much time over here. Is because it's not like it's any different from sitting on the shitty fold-out chair at my place. So I invested in a good office chair. I went out and I got myself some chicken tikka masala, got a 12-pack of Diet Dr. Peppers. I sat down at the computer, and I gave myself Wednesday. I put a good 8 or 9 hours into Fallout.
That is the
I
best.
can't do it. I literally can't. Like I think about it like, and I'm like, hey babe, I'm gonna do a 24-hour
like
stream.
you're
I'm
talking
gonna
right now. Like
Yeah.
sounds like you are gonna get off and go play 6 hours of Fallout.
But I get into like literally a half an hour in, and it's just like I feel like maybe like I think that's a great term, content blocked. Maybe that is what I'm experiencing because I keep just furthering in this quest line that is super repetitive, and it's because it's not the main thing. I mean, I'm not doing the main mission, the main quest line, and it's been like I do 1 or 2 of those. And then it's just like, all right, dude, you fucking do it yourself, okay? I'm logging out. You do it your fucking self.
Hopefully when I come back, you're
Mr.
done.
Garvey, you fucking slave driver. So, yeah.
One of the best days I had was the day I just logged in and was like, all right, today I'm going to figure out how base building works. And I just dinked around in Sanctuary and built defenses and figured out how the power lines work, figured out what some of the different structures do once you build them, like the radio tower. Yeah. And started calling in like new settlers to my settlement. And it's cool when you set up the radio tower, you can actually tune into the station like on your Pip-Boy, and you hear your person like giving the call out. Like, hey, there's safe. You come to Sanctuary, it's safe here. Da, 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 da,
It's an
da.
automated message that keeps playing.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. I have not listened to that at all.
And
yet.
then you can shoot your flare, which is awesome. So this is something that I've done extensively. What Easy's talking about. That's where I've spent like all my time in Fallout 4 doing, and yeah, I can just, and then it takes like I don't know, maybe a little longer than a cab in GTA 5, and people will show up to your aid, dude. It's sweet.
I'm a little embarrassed to stream because I've been so utilitarian about how I deal with my settlements. I like. I will stream it and I'll show everybody what I did. But like when I initially built the guard posts in Sanctuary, I just put like 8 of them in a row. I just didn't give a shit. I was like, we need defense. Boom, 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 boom.
I made it a cool little like Alamo. You saw my Alamo.
Yeah.
I showed you my Alamo.
Yeah, yours looks good. Mine's just like
Yeah.
a hodgepodge of structures right next to each other that make absolutely no defensive sense.
Mine's a circle.
I have staircases running up onto my rooftops where I've got automated turrets.
Oh my god,
dude, that's badass.
I know that would be satisfying to see once it's done, but like my attitude towards that is almost the same as my attitude towards like Minecraft, or at the end of the day, what I kind of felt with art.
Well, you were too busy taming turtles. So.
Well, it's all digital property that like I don't own. Like I don't have attachments to.
Yeah, you do. For the 400 hours that you're gonna play.
You have attachments to your power armor B60 for some reason.
No, I have way more attachment to like I have my 10mm side pistol. I'm never gonna get rid of that bastard. I've modified that thing so much. I love that thing. I just renamed it.
How much damage does it do?
Oh, it's like 40 or 50. I don't know. It does a decent amount because I've invested in the handgun.
Dude, have you guys fought any of the legendary creatures to get a legendary drop?
Legendary creatures are almost non-stop on the survival mode.
Does that
I
mean
have
it
a
has a
ton
skull?
of legend. No,
It has
yeah,
a
it
skull.
has a skull, and it drops an item with a white star next to the descriptor.
Yeah. Okay.
I have so many of those.
I've
and
only had one.
half the time they're not worth it.
I've had one, and it literally required 2 sessions. So I logged in, tried it for an hour, was eventually like, fuck this, I'm just going to play a game of Dota. Logged back in and probably tried it for another hour before I finally got it. And it was because of a shitty save point. And I'm the type of person that doesn't do like multiple save points. I just save over. I'm further than I was before.
That's something. That's one of the. So when we get to the news section, several of the articles I have are from Forbes. I've so many articles at Forbes.com are about Fallout 4 lately, and like weird tips of. I guess everybody there loves it. But one of the major
Forbes has been gaming articles a lot lately.
Yeah,
dude.
it's crazy how often they come up, and the advice is semi decent, and the reviews and the complaints are all surprisingly on point for Forbes magazine.
It's not a subreddit.
Yeah, it is definitely not. But so their suggestion was at least 4 saves interchangeably, so that you don't run into that issue.
Yeah, which makes sense, but bleep. Saved.
Yeah.
Dude. Bleep. Bleep. Saved. That's all it takes, dude. Yeah. And
if
you know what?
if you're hitting F5, are you quick saving over your previous quick save every time?
Yes.
After a point, yes.
Yeah.
It saves like the last X number of quick saves. In fact,
That's
somebody,
all I use. F5.
Somebody was saying that that's dangerous to do, though, because it will potentially lead to increasing the file size of those quick saves, because it's not actually creating a new quick save and deleting the old one. It's saving the old one or the new one over a previous one, and so you're drastically enhancing the size, or you're over time.
Then you could just delete it and then quick save.
Right.
So and you could just delete quick save, and then you.
What they would suggest you do if you're going to be quick saving is go through periodically and delete your previous saves.
Anyway, is
that out of Forbes? Like, that's some fucking advanced save tactics.
No, that's from the Fallout 4 subreddit.
It ruined a character for me on Skyrim. A bad save.
Yeah, I had similar.
I had to start over.
It's a Bethesda thing. Like, Bethesda is infamous for having those problems.
I literally had to start over, and I tried it. I had a million ideas.
Well, you'll lose characters.
I lost to the character, and I never started over.
Your progress.
I only put 51 hours. If you look at my Steam, it says 51 hours on Skyrim, and that's all I ever played. And I did Companions, Dark Brotherhood. I didn't finish the main quest because it was at the very, very end of Skyrim when you go through that portal and you're back in time and you're fighting the old elder dragon or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. It was right as the dragon was swooping on me. I pressed F5, and it just kills me every time. I've even gone in since and been like, no, I can do this. Like, there's got to be like enough like potions that I can drink. Like no, I just die.
Yeah.
There's fucking nothing I can do. And yeah, I stopped playing the game because of it. Which isn't good for business.
No, but I mean, they already have your money.
Game breaking bugs are fucking.
I guess they don't care if you
known
play it.
for them. I mean, if you want to, let's use that to transition right into news. Anyways, are we going to cover a bunch of Fallout 4 news?
Yeah, we are. We should probably. Let's do it. You want to? So everybody on the stream, you're going to stick with us through the break. But to everybody listening on the podcast, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the news.
You're listening to Last Hit News on the .P Network.
So, in some non-Fallout 4 related news, I did not know this because I'm not a Counter-Strike player, but apparently there was a huge problem with Counter-Strike sound, and Valve finally got around to fixing it on the 12th of November. So, it says, according to a recent post on the Counter-Strike blog, Valve has detailed some of the changes they have made to the game's sound, which hopefully will now satisfy gamers. Let's see, what was the specific issue? One of the issues the gamers have frequently brought up are sound problems within the game. Looks like Valve's finally gotten around to fixing it. Doesn't specify what the sound issues were. If anybody out there is a Counter-Strike player and knows what they're talking about, I'd be interested to know.
Thanks, Valve. What about that Heroes tab? I'd love to see that.
You're never going to get that.
Let's just delete it.
Never gonna get
Let's
that.
just delete it then so I don't have to see that it's grayed out still. Okay? Because God.
Well, the reason you don't have the Heroes tab.
Let's not get abandons when I'm godlike. How about that? Don't give me an abandon when I'm godlike. Sorry that my Techies play doesn't agree with that, but let's put in a countermeasure where if I don't get experience for 5 minutes and I'm fucking godlike, that I still can play in that game and not have to lose points. Luckily, I didn't get low priority. I didn't. But I did lose the game that they went on to lose because I left. Because I was mad. I was like, I'm not sticking this game out. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh my God. Like, even the other team was like, dude, that sucks. Like, that's fucked.
It is
because
fucked.
I was, like...
You should explain to those who...
Sometimes you're fishing as Techies, and Gorgon left a comment saying, oh boy, you aren't playing Techies right, because I got to 4K as Techies. Cool for you, Gorgon. I don't play, like, I don't know, like, dataless Techies or whatever the fuck you do. But I was planting landmines in the enemy jungle, and I had, like, 9 spots that were going to fucking hit.
Maybe Gorgon's right. I mean, you did get the abandon.
I got abandoned because I didn't get experience for 5 minutes, but I was fucking kicking ass. And that replay's on my recent games. My thing is live. I was godlike. I had yet to die, and they don't count suicides as deaths anymore, by the way.
Oh, that's cool.
You can suicide, and it will not count on the score above. So it does not actually count a suicide because it literally denies everything. So I had literally gone godlike without dying technically to the enemy team by giving them gold, and I had 9 spots in their jungle, okay? And they were super, super preoccupied with taking our bottom tier 2. And they were dire, we were radiant, so I was in their jungle. They were as far away from me as possible. And yeah, for 5 minutes they were clashing 4v5 with my team while I was fucking getting their jungle so good that I knew that they were just gonna it was gonna be havoc when they got over there. I was putting 10 bombs in each spot in 9 different spots, and it took me 5 minutes apparently to do it. And I got an abandon, and then I left the game, and it sucked.
Only Roland could take a story about Counter-Strike and turn it into a 3-minute rant about about getting attacked.
There should be something. No, I was so pissed. I was like, I'm going to write. No, I'm not going to write Gabe. I'm going to fly to fucking Seattle. I'm going to knock on his door and say, this put me down 50, bro. I want 50 MMR, okay? Not 25. I want 50 because I went down 25, brother. Okay?
I went down 25, brother.
Yeah, no, seriously, knock on his fucking $1 million mansion and be like, yes, housekeeping, and be like, listen up, motherfucker, Gabe Newell. I was godlike in that game. I'm angry. It happened yesterday, and I'm pissed.
Can you put that game up on the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I can. I'm going to put it up to the point where I abandon, for sure.
Yeah, you want me to.
Well, I get abandoned, and then I abandoned because it was like I was pissed, and it was the wrong thing to do because they lost and we were way ahead. We were way ahead, and I checked that game.
How do you know? Oh,
I checked the game, and it was dire victory. So it was like, oh fuck, like they won. That sucks. Like because my team was super nice, and when I picked the Techies, I got the oh god Techies, oh shit, worst hero. Why'd you do that? And I don't mute those people because I generally agree with them. But when I do well, when I get like that, that double kill from 2 different spots that are like 10,000 units away, and they're like, "Wow, good job," or the automated nice job, I like that ego boost. So I'll leave. I won't mute those guys unless they're egregious the entire time. Because I want to give them a chance to see. I always get first blood because people at 2K always walk up the same ramps after they get a bounty rune. Promise you'd probably do it too, and you don't even realize it.
Probably.
You always walk up that same fucking ramp when you're dire. Which ramp do you walk up?
The one closest to the tier 1.
Closest to the hard camp that's closest to the lane? Yeah, that's the one you walk up, right?
Yep, gotta go that way.
Yeah. Guess what? It fucking gets a first blood. I swear to God, 10 out of 10 times. I'll say 9 out of 10, because sometimes somebody will put a ward there as I'm doing it, and then foiled.
Yeah, sure. That's always tough.
Yeah, foiled. Like, as they're walking up, and then it's just like, oh god, that they're right here, huh? And they're like, yeah, so we're gonna walk all the way around and then buy sentries in 2 minutes and get 10 gold each. Anyway, I got an abandoned. It's
7
fucked.
minutes, Jackie's rant.
Yeah, sorry. Wouldn't you be pissed? Wouldn't you be angry too?
Well, maybe Valve couldn't fix the Techies
I got abandoned for actually playing a game.
While you were kicking ass, though, not just playing a game, but you were kicking ass, and your team was like, "Way to go! Nice job! Good job!" Yeah,
there needs to be another way to track abandoned activity on Techies.
I know there does.
Yeah, no,
Techies should have an alternate where it's not experience. Maybe it's how far away his bombs are from each other.
What?
Think about that, though. It would mean that Techies would have to go top lane and place a bomb. I don't know. Something.
How would you do that?
I don't know. See how much he's moving. You know how they were tracking movement? Nahaz had that thing where Sumail wasn't moving. Why don't they track movement and do that? Because you could shift queue a million commands. Well, guess what? You give me a limit on those shift queues. So after a certain point, I don't know. There needs to be another way. The experience can't be. It can't be. Maybe a certain GPM you have to get more than 100.
Suggested bomb plants for techies.
I don't know. If Techies plants a bomb in areas outside of the fountain in multiple...
No, just over periods of time.
Yeah, but... I don't know what... It was so fucked, dude. Experience. Like, even... I don't know. Even my buddy could make sure I got experience. Like, if I left you, like, sitting right next to my PC, you could... Like you've had to do before. Like, you just sent... I did
fail that time.
You failed, but you've succeeded before, where it's like, I just sent your hero to the small camp, and it just killed the small camp, and you got experience. Yeah. So... And then I sent it to the medium camp, and it killed the medium camp, and it got experience. Like, people can already, like, the experience thing, come on, man. There's a 9-minute Techies
how long you were in that game not contributing. I think it was probably the right thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Valve made the right...
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
But those, I stayed for those bombs went off.
Valve made the right decision.
I got 4 kills before I left that game, and that's why it hurt so bad. Because those 9 spots that I put after the 12,000 year long war in the bottom lane ended, guess what they did? They went to their jungle to farm, and there were 9 bomb placements, and bombs don't block camps anymore, which is a good thing for techies, in my opinion. I feel like I'm Donald Trump right now, where it's like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna play techies, and I'm just gonna do it. But it doesn't block camps, so I can put them in multiple places in camps where... How is PA going to farm the camp? She's going to walk right up to it and headbutt it.
Well, maybe after you put a couple of bombs in their jungle, you need to walk up and push the wave.
I've played techies since.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to reveal that I'm in their jungle. If I show that I'm in their jungle, then they know. And people are stupid as fuck. I'm sorry.
Foiled.
They're really dumb. Like, the second they see you, then they think, oh yeah, Techies is in this game. But if I go 7 minutes without them seeing me, they're just gonna doop. I'm going to my jungle and I'm gonna kill all the camp, and then I'm gonna finish my 35-minute Battle Fury. Because I'm PA and I'm at 2K and I'm gonna finish my 35-minute Battle Fury. Boom! Blows up, you know?
So maybe it is a Techies balancing thing to keep you from being so out of the action.
I honestly don't.
That you're overpowering the places of the field that aren't going to be relevant right now, but at the 40-minute mark they might be.
They're going to be super real, and I'm putting 10 bombs there. That it's like 10 times 360 is the damage that it's doing.
I don't know.
So
I don't know bullshit, the right responses for that.
It pisses me off. Like it honestly does.
Clearly.
If you got an abandoned in your game,
really?
Sorry,
does this bug you?
There are 2 things that we don't. Bitch enough
would you say you were outraged?
I am outraged.
Really?
I am absolutely outraged.
That's not what I got from your tone. Is why I asked.
Fuck you. All right. Another issue that I...
Oh, no. We're moving on.
No. Guilds. We don't bitch enough. We do not bitch enough around here. We need to raise the bitch alarms and start bitching about not having an in-client guild.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I completely agree.
And playing games where you're godlike and not getting abandoned is cool, too. Sorry, let's do the news. We're going to redo your... All right, sorry.
You're listening to Last Hit News on the .p
Are we
network.
launching the news?
Yeah, we just did. We just did.
What else is going on?
Bonus content for the stream.
Valve's first Steam machine. Well, no, we're not completely relaunching the news.
Oh, we just reran the news.
Yeah, we just reran the intro. That's all.
Even better, dude.
Oh, I wasn't erasing all that old content. I was just re-putting back in that you're listening to last.
Now that we're done with a 12-minute Techies bitch session,
yeah, so...
Valve's first Steam machine and controller have been officially released. Valve is currently advertising 3 Steam machines. One from Alienware, the other from Zotac, and one from CyberPower. The range of price from $500 to $1,500.
I wonder which one's 500, and I wonder which one's 1,500.
I could see the CyberPower being 15.
No, it's the Alienware, definitely.
Oh, I'm sure I'll bet Alienware ranges.
I bet they have different ranges within their lines.
Do you want 2 9,850 300 titanium Cs?
Do you want a $1,500 PC that runs only Steam OS?
Yeah.
No.
No, you really. And you know what? At the end of after looking into everything, like it feels like that Steam OS is just a big fucking dud.
Oh, if it's like Reborn, if it's anything like Reborn,
okay. Dude, it's got too many limitations. You can't even run Steam OS on a machine that's got 2 graphics cards right now.
It doesn't have crossfire capability?
No, it's not even like a proper. It's not. It's a shell of an operating system.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna post on their job thing to just. You don't need to hire me. You just need to hire more people. Like, just send in like resumes.
Have you thought about hiring people who use your product?
You could hire me as a recruiter, maybe, and then I'll go out and find people to hire for you to work on your games.
Now,
It seems like they've got too many people telling somebody that their shit's a good idea when it's not, because they just want to be the person that told that person it was a good idea.
The Steam Machine feels like at its core, it is a good idea.
Yeah, it does.
It feels
something I can plug into my TV inside that links with my computer that I can play all my favorite games on.
It is
a good
your
idea.
computer.
Yeah. But it needs to be cheap.
It's your computer. You don't link it to anything.
It needs
if
to
you
be,
buy the Steam Machine.
It's true, but it needs to be cheap because games are where they make the money, right? So why not make it as cheap as fuck? Xbox lost money on, I don't know about the Xbox One, but I know on the Xbox 360 that it cost them more to make the Xbox 360 than it was to sell it, because they made a shitload of money off all the games that they sold.
I would like to see that sourced.
Okay.
I would like to know what the
Let's
I
go
mean,
ahead.
I don't have the time to look it up.
Maybe when they first came out, at least I knew this was the case.
it was
when they
it
first
was,
came out,
it was
when they
at
were
the beginning
selling-
of production.
So
it was when it was first being produced. They were selling it for less than what it cost to produce. That eventually flipped over time because the technology got cheaper.
But for a time,
but that is initially it is to get it into the people's house. But my question is, Steam, you're already in everybody's house.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're trying to get into your living room. Is what they're trying to do.
What they're trying to do is replace your console. What they really want you to do
Stop playing Call of Duty.
They don't want you to play Call of Duty on
playing
Xbox
Counter-Strike.
anymore. They want you to play Call of Duty. Well, they want you to play Call of Duty. They don't care what game you play. They would love if you played Counter-Strike, but they don't give a shit. They'd love for you to play any game. They want you to do it through Steam with a Steam controller.
Will it work? Would my Call of Duties work?
Yeah. Well, no, not your Xbox copies, but yes, you could buy.
Not on your $500 Steam machine, probably.
Yeah, maybe
Because
not. And I don't know what
unfortunately, it's still a spec PC.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
So, man.
But they're packaging it like it's a console.
You don't get the confidence you get of knowing that your Xbox One is going to run
and Microsoft's
every game that comes out for it a certain way.
They've had 3 generations to figure it out too. I mean, the Xbox first.
Here's my huge counterpunch to that is last week Microsoft also announced that they're going to be releasing full version of Windows 10 for Xbox One.
Yeah.
Wow. And
so
I bet
as soon
it'll
as
be
my
good.
as soon as my Xbox One has Windows 10 on it and I download and install Steam, why do I need a Steam OS or a Steam machine? I now have Steam on my Xbox One.
And that's and it'll fucking work with the Xbox One controller, which I'm sorry, I haven't held a Steam controller yet. I'd be down to give it a try for a little while, but I mean, I was an Xbox player before I fully converted to PC. Like, I feel comfortable on an Xbox controller.
Yeah, I mean, that's why everybody uses Xbox controllers to play their Steam games.
Yeah, I've never known anybody who didn't use an Xbox controller.
I think the person that's going to use their Steam controller is the person that's trying to play Civ from their couch. They're trying to play the game that utilize the trackpad on the right-hand side for mouse movement.
Yeah.
Right.
And it would make more of that PC gaming more of a couch experience.
Like a really great time.
To just sit there.
There's
with the
benefits to
controller.
it.
I play a lot of Civ. You know that. You know that.
You fall into holes. Like, I can't fall into those holes like you can, dude. Like, I guess I'm just... We already know that I have ADD.
Dota, bro.
You know
it's called Dota. You're in a hole.
Yeah, you are in a hole, bro. It's just
it's
you've
Dota.
dug
It's
it a
been
lot deeper than
bro.
I ever did.
You're in so deep you can't even see the top anymore, dude.
I love the game, you guys. I absolutely love the game. And I have a good attitude about it. Like, I'm not mean to people. I think so long as I'm spreading the love and I'm playing the game, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, I have walked in on some brutal Roland statements in the past week in Dota. I have seen you. Oh, yeah. You sometimes, sir.
Well,
you can unleash the beast on some people every once in a while.
Well, when you're a shitty winter wyvern named Cyphus, it's pretty easy to unleash the beast. I mean, and it's picked for you every fucking time. You figure out how to use it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Think.
Oh my god.
You would think.
I'm just joking.
So, speaking of Dota 2 and Fallout 4, Fallout 4 is second only to Dota 2 in concurrent Steam users. So there are the top 2 games being played concurrently on Steam right now. Fallout 4 and Dota 2.
That's crazy.
I just thought that was kind of interesting because I guess I would have expected with Fallout 4 for it to capture, because I feel like Fallout 4 is one of those games it's become so mainstream now, that series, that it would draw players from I mean,
It does, but it doesn't
It's become a pop culture event at this point in time.
But it's not a needle in
in
your arm.
Fallout 4, you feel like you're not a part of something that's going on right now, and that's across all esports. I mean, everybody's talking about it.
So I guess it surprises me though that on Steam, it didn't at least. I understand that it's probably not going to sustain those numbers, but that it didn't beat Dota in that first day, that first week.
I understand why,
for
because
concurrent users.
I think most people are like me, where they log on for an hour or two and then log off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Dota, like you guys just said, has got me deep, where I drift off with the needle still in my arm, and like I have to, you know what I mean? Like that's what's definitely happening to me with Dota. Like, dude, 9 o'clock and 2 in the morning happen like in a flash, where it's like, oh, it's just 9 p.m. I can play Dota for a little while, and then it's like, holy shit, it's 2 a.m. Like I need to go to fucking bed.
Weeknights are always scary for me because 10:30, 11 o'clock rolls around a lot faster than I'd care for.
Yeah, I know, but like we had a period where we played Settlers of Catan like every night. And I remember we could get like 7 games in, and it felt like we got 7 games in, and I was satisfied. And, you know, it was like 11 p.m.
Well, with Dota, there's always 25 more MMR points to be had, you know?
Oh, dude, and especially when you lose 50 at a fucking time, dude.
Oh, no.
Well, it's the hook, man. It's the hook that works in the casino. It's the same thing as, like, when you lose, you don't want to stop. And when you win, you don't want to stop. So you're in this shitty situation where you don't want, like, if you lose 3 games, like, yeah, you just spent 3 hours, but do you really want to stop knowing that you dropped 75 MMR?
Fuck no, dude. I'm going to lose 50 for the day, and tomorrow when I wake up, I'll play 2 more.
Flip that token. You've won 3 games in a row. Maybe you can make it 4.
100 points. It's gaining 100 MMR.
The hook is on both ends, unfortunately.
Yeah, it really is.
Whereas with Fallout, where it's like, okay, the behemoth killed me again. I'm done. Like,
yeah,
I'll say that, and you have that attitude right now. But if we start talking about it, you're gonna be like a kid that just got his first copy of Fallout 4 out of the plastic again, and can't wait to get back into the wasteland.
That's exactly how I feel every time before I load it up, and with it stops very quickly. Whereas even with Dota, when I'm getting like smashed, it's like, next game I'm probably gonna play Luna. It's been a long time.
Not me.
Eclipse is overpowered, dude. Just turning it on.
I'm just the opposite. If we have 2 or 3 bad games of Dota in a row, I'm not gonna put myself through it. Like I don't have like I'm ready to take a break, come back to Dota with a fresh mind. Like I don't know, but I guess you and I probably was
just play so many different heroes. That's probably why you get burnt out. Like I'm like, I'm not playing. I'm not playing Nature's Prophet. Maybe I'll go ahead and play Crystal Maiden.
Why do you always have to lock into a support every time?
I know.
Because motherfuckers bouncing all over the fucking hero pool.
Yeah. You never know what those fucking retards are gonna pick.
I don't get why you guys don't have so much freedom. I just pick whoever I want. Just have to support. Like, what the fuck?
Sometimes I support. I did a mid Shadow Shaman recently.
But that's really not supporting.
Yeah,
I've seen you supporting pretty cool on stream. I think I saw you once or twice.
No, and he has supported for me in a couple of games, which
I'm a good support too.
No, you're a great support. You had a Warlock game with me where you may as well have been a fucking carry.
And I was buying wards still and placing them and healing people. Yeah, but I bounce around. Warlock, though, I think is my favorite hero right now. I've got a crush on the dude, and plus he looks so good with that set you gave.
Infinity called him worthless on the last replay analysis he did for you guys.
He what?
He said Warlock is definitely overfavored by .p.
Well, sorry we're not 4.3K. I'm sick of these uppity fucking bastards. I already called them out on Twitter once. They are uppity 4K douchebags is what they are.
I'm going to give you guys a true confession here. I probably haven't played a game of Dota in 10 plus days.
Good for you.
Like, I'm fine like that. That means you're out, dude. Like, it's like, damn, dude, you've been clean for 10 days?
Unreal.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit, man.
Dude, I need to get my life back on track. Help me, man.
I can see the light.
Tell me where the meetings are.
Yeah.
Shit.
How you get off for 10 days.
All right, we're running long on the show. I feel like I've got one last funny story that we should discuss before we go.
I got a piece of news to cover too. Just whenever. Let me cover my news first, okay?
All right. Let's do it.
I just this was an article recommendation from the Twitch chat, so I want to make sure we cover it. In Fallout 4 getting launched right before it came out, the review embargo lifted. It got lifted the day before launch, so on Monday at 9:00, the reviews started coming out, and they were pretty positive, and some people were pretty upset. So before the game launched, it got what's called meta bombed, where people go in and start just dropping mad negative reviews, simply to counter the positive reviews that they feel aren't justified. So it artificially dragged the score down of the game way low. And if you look at some of the examples like clearly stating, I'm doing this simply because, and it's 0 out of 10. And you'll look at it'll say bland story, bland graphics, looks like Fallout 3, all the shit that you were hearing right before the game. Don't put your eyebrows up like you're fucking.
I mean, nobody listening to the podcast could see the "welp, that's about right" look that Roland had on his fucking face.
It looks like Fallout 3.
Did you finish reading the review by .p Roland?
No, it doesn't look like.
It looks very similar.
It was a phenomenon that happened. So what do you think? What do you guys think about the idea of the community rising up and artificially imposing like a number on something like a Metacritic score, which does actually have an impact on people's buying decisions?
I think that's a lot of people with too much time on their goddamn hands. Why like,
have you been to our Dota 2? Like, that is
no,
the
but
definition.
my point being, like, what here's what I'm all right with. Sure, it probably got a ton of positive reviews, and I'll agree that it probably got too many ultra positive reviews because it definitely has its fair share of flaws and problems, as in any game that comes out really does.
I think that it's the unfair bug pass, dude. I think they get the bug and glitch pass that no other developer would get. Yeah. If that was Batman Arkham Knight, remember?
Oh yeah, I remember.
And you guys loved that game.
I had a blast with it.
I own it because it came with the graphics card. I just
got yanked off the market because people weren't happy about it.
Well, and no, you're right. Like it's so Fallout 4 is so full of bugs. Like I've had people floating in the air that I can't interact with.
Yeah, I had a scorpion fall from the sky and I got the experience for it. Yeah. It just like and I was just like, sweet.
That the intro experience, I couldn't open the door to exit my house, and the atomic bomb fell on me before I even got into Vault 111.
Yeah, that's right.
because my door wouldn't open. I think that's actually kind of funny. Like, that should happen like 1 in 1,000 times to people.
Right.
Where it's like the character that they just created and dealt with dies. Sorry. Like, you didn't make it to the vault, like, your doorknob didn't work.
And at least something actually, like, it's kind of cool that something happened to you.
That you actually died. That the bomb actually fell.
Doors. These future doors, how do they work? Guys, how do you open doors in 2077? Like, is there a new way?
Oh, man.
Is it fire blood?
Blood? The future.
Rin had a Brahmin that got stuck up on the roof, and she didn't know how to get it down. And I told her, you know how cows can't walk downstairs? You know? It's just going to be up there forever.
Kill it. Kill it.
To reference an article that came out related to Fallout 4. PornHub, did you guys see?
That's the article I was going to read.
Oh, great. Go for it.
No, do it. You do it.
I don't have it in front of me. Roll.
Let's see. PornHub says its gaming audience fell by 10% with the release of Fallout 4. The day Fallout 4 came out. What is PornHub? Please. Please.
No, okay.
Do we have to have this discussion?
Scout's fucking honor, raise my right hand.
Okay, do a linguistic breakdown of the two words, and then put a little deduction.
I know it's pornographic hub. I know it's a hub of porn. I understand that. But why would PornHub lose?
Why would PornHub?
Where do you think all those people went when Fallout 4 launched?
Is it just a porno site, or is it like porno games?
It's just like YouPorn. It's just like Xvideos.
Because there are porno games out there is what I was getting at.
Okay.
I thought it might have been a porno game website that, like, there's a Venn diagram crossover.
We'll allow that
of people who play porno games and play Fallout 4 and are more interested in playing Fallout 4 than porno games.
I can attest. Roland is a YouPorn guy. He's not a PornHub guy, all right?
I don't look at pornography. No. No one looks at pornography in this household.
No, sir.
We have safeguards for that.
Hey, you guys know this is on video. Like, you can't give each other the "we watch porn together" eyes.
The big week.
We just turn our backs to each other, and so it doesn't feel as gay. You know, kind of like when you talk to somebody at a urinal. You know, you're not looking. You're just talking, right? Yeah. Like, how's it going over there behind me? Because it's going great.
Hey, whatever you're watching sounds interesting. Could you send me a link in a text message?
And we just make sure. I'm
pretty sure if you're still touching back to back that you've got questions that need to be answered.
It's a justification that we go through.
So earlier this week, PornHub announced a 10% drop in traffic among video game fans the day Fallout 4 was released. Using anonymous user affinity profiles from Google Analytics, the site saw the biggest drop between 6 a.m. and noon, and then again between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m., hours it assumed most people were just beginning their trips into the wasteland. And apparently hours when they assumed they would have been, relieving themselves.
6 p.m. It's like, work. It was a long day. I'm gonna get a glass of scotch and head off. And lotion and a rag. There we go. Let's do this.
Kleenex in the wastebasket and then move to the wasteland.
Yeah. All right. Interesting.
Yeah. So
and after a couple hours, it returned to normal. So people got their fix, and then they hopped on to rub one off before they went to bed.
That's right.
I mean,
it's
how
absolutely insane, dude. If you can look at statistics on a porn site, I would be so interested in, like, wow, dude, when Paris got attacked, like, tons of people started jerking off.
I'm sure. I mean, there are trends.
Like,
of course, there are trends. You can see when.
I mean, you're looking. Holy shit!
That might have been too soon, dude.
No.
Or how about like after presidential elections are decided? It'd be interesting to see how many people turn to porn.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Like after the
I bet
election,
it rises, dude. I bet it's
in porn. It's like, what?
Oh, dude. If Trump wins, I can't jerk it for the rest of my life, dude. He'll be all over the TV. Oh, man.
Okay.
A big white wall, okay? And we're gonna do it cheap. We're just gonna do it. I love that. I love when he says that. We're just gonna do it. Where it's like, no plan. No plan needed.
Hey, you're talking about somebody that has that.
I know that's winning. Oh, my God.
Has a legitimate chance.
I shouldn't talk politics.
Has a legitimate chance.
No politics, no religion. I understand that, but holy shit, Donald Trump, really? Remember when President?
Oh my God, dude! Oh my God, that guy's a Looney Tune.
Have you guys? Well, I just want to make sure that everybody is. Seeing...
I'm gonna go move in with KYRY and his parents and have a bedtime. I'll take a bedtime over fucking Donald Trump. Like, I'll play an 82L and I'll share a bedroom with KYRY, and if his parents say lights out, like, okay, I can't play Dota anymore, but at least I don't have Donald Trump as a president, you know what I mean?
Is he from Canada?
KYRY is from Canada,
okay. Yeah. So you'll crash with him?
Yeah, I'll just go crash with him and his parents, dude.
Canada just got some sexy leadership.
I know. Maybe go live with Silver
guy's just tearing it up over there.
Yeah.
I heard he took the Baconator and made him put Canadian bacon on it.
What? Taking over. I mean,
that sounds damn good.
National pride.
Canadian bacon.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Okay.
Well, should we close this show out?
Let's close it out.
Hey, thanks to everybody on Twitch for tuning in. We're going to try to do this more frequently with the Monday show.
With a new setup. Please notice the beautiful styrofoam tombstone that we use for Don't Come Walking Around My Tombstone, which you can find on youtube.com forward splash.
Forward splash. Just like PornHub.
Forward splash. Ew.
Forward splash.
Forward splash.ptv1, where you can see the video of Wazoo dancing half naked as Undying.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, we'll link to it in the description.
Yes.
Yeah, we will. So anyway, we're going to try to do these live broadcasts of the Monday shows more frequently. We'll announce them ahead of time on Twitter with a link so everybody can be aware. And we may, depending on how we're looking into the feasibility or the easiness of getting everybody set up to maybe do that with some of the other shows. But we'll let you guys know. You'll see all that on Twitter as the time draws near. Also, keep a lookout because sometime this week we are going to have a link to Amazon.com on our website, defenseofthepatients.com. We're going to ask that whenever we get that up and going, you guys go and visit defenseofthepatients.com and bookmark our link. You can pop it up in the corner so that you can just click that Amazon thing, but it gives our banner credit for you guys going to Amazon. You can make all your purchases. The prices don't increase. Nothing changes for how you use Amazon, but Amazon recognizes that it was us that sent you there, and they
kick us a cut.
They kick us a small cut so that we can keep the lights on and keep things going around here. So keep an eye out for that, and we appreciate any support we get there. If you guys want to find us, again, that's defenseofthepatients.com. Also on iTunes, just search Defense of the Patients. We're on all of your favorite podcast apps, Stitcher and the like. You can find us at .ptv on Twitch, of course, whenever we stream the show live. YouTube is .ptv1. Twitter is at .p_show. And am I forgetting anything, Roland? Easy?
I would turn it
make
off.
sure you swing by the subreddit, man. Head over to r/Defense of the Patients. Join there. You will not miss out on any content.
Gucci,
I know Jagushi doesn't want it launched.
Gucci doesn't want us to. I would have been. Gucci said not to.
We're keeping it updated. The content is there. I know Jagushi is going to make it look even sexier, but I'm going to keep shouting on it so that he's incentivized to do it.
Gucci said
it's up. Every
man.
time the show comes out, it's on there. By the time the fucking sun comes up, that show is on
true.
there. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss anything related to .p, just get yourself on the subreddit. Make sure you're following it, whether it hits the YouTube channel, whether it's coming up on a live stream, whether it's one of the shows we put out. You're not going to miss it. If it's content that comes out related to .p, it will land on the subreddit.
I love his name on Reddit. Fry chicken, fry_chicken, and it's chicken with a K. Oh, it's funny. What?
Like all spellings of the word chicken have?
They all have
Okay.
No, it's just a K.
It's just a K.
It's just a K, and it's IN. It's not EN.
Roland loves it when people spell chicken with a K, you know?
I mean, we all know that it's chicken, okay? SCHICIN. Yeah, chic.
All right.
Right?
Oh, God.
So
And defenseofthepatients@gmail.com is the email.
my soon-to-be wife shops at a place called Chic Style, spelled CHIC, right? The way
Yes.
chic is spelled. And the reason I know that chic is spelled CHIC is because I called it Chick Style. I was like, it makes sense. Like, they're going for the cutesy, like, it's kind of like a chick, but without the K. And I called it that, and she was like...
berated you for having
like,
the vocabulary
wow.
of a third
and that's
grader.
why we've waited this long to get married, because she's like, I need to think about it if I'm really going to marry somebody as stupid as you. But yeah, that's happening.
Yes?
We're getting married in Vegas. We've been engaged 5 years. We're doing it at the Little White Chapel.
Over Thanksgiving.
The day before Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to come out on the street to the Little White Chapel,
Yeah, stuff the turkey.
If you guys want to crash Roland's intimate moment.
it's Elvis. It's not going to be intimate
Yeah.
at all. I'm so happy about it. Like,
I think
it's hilarious,
I
dude.
think it's awesome.
Elvis is going to sing to us. What?
I got a question for
What's
you,
the
bro.
question?
After you guys get married, are you going to stuff her turkey?
Okay, let me talk about this for a second.
Oh, no.
Let me talk about
Oh,
this.
no.
No, I want to talk about this for a second,
Oh,
goddammit. So we
cool.
were originally going to, her grandparents live in Las Vegas, and we were just going to stay with them. They have a big, nice house, and they have a bunch of rooms, and her parents insisted on getting us a hotel room, and we have Thanksgiving the next day, and we're both like, and they're Mormon, so they might be under the impression that we haven't gone there. Okay,
So you guys have
that will be actually consummating our marriage that evening.
So what? So you need to do something for
So
me.
they got us a hotel room. Her parents.
Can I make the plan, please?
It's awkward, dude.
So after you guys get married, are her parents going to be at the wedding? Are you guys going to have some family?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so while you guys are all, you're getting ready to go off to your hotel room, you need to say to Audrey in what sounds like you guys are off to the side. You're going to be like, it's going to be so crazy to not do anal this time.
That happens here too.
And her
that
parents will be like,
does
That does
happen
happen
here.
here.
They'll just be like, yes, okay, good.
Oh,
At least they didn't. At least it was. Yeah. Oh my
because
god.
God doesn't mind. If
That'd be
that's
hilarious.
the way you do it.
No. So her mom hasn't been Mormon her entire life. She converted and married a very rich man. Great lady, love her to death. She's gonna be my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And my father-in-law.
Treading on dangerous territory.
My father-in-law is an awesome guy. I really, really, really like him. And he's in the bishopric, and he's a little more LDS than her. Is all I'm gonna say. He's been in it his entire life, and I really think he thinks that this, like he gave me like a little nudge, like, you've been waiting a long time for this. Like, trust me, I waited a long time for that too. And it's like,
Yeah.
And I'm never gonna be like, no, I've had sex with her like 1,000 times. Don't get me wrong, maybe more, maybe 10,000 by now. Like, I'm not gonna say that to him. So I don't know. It's gonna be awkward. And then we're gonna have to go to Thanksgiving and be like, you had sex last night, didn't you? And it's like, maybe. Like, fuck off. You know? I don't know. It's weird.
You're gonna have to come in and be like, it was everything.
I should just come in and just be like whistling and like, yeah, what's up, everybody? How's it going?
6 minutes of my life.
Yeah, best 33 seconds. Oh man, but Audrey and I have already talked about it. And we're like, maybe it'll happen, but you know, Caesar's Palace has great orange juice, and we should watch some shitty hotel TV and just drink orange juice on their dime. And it was like, hell yeah. For a carafe of this orange juice, it's like $33, but it is literally orange juice from fucking Olympus, dude. Like, Zeus squoze these, dude, with lightning bolts to make the best orange juice I've ever had, and I'm definitely looking forward to that.
That sounds delicious. I love a good orange juice, you know?
No, this isn't like your store-bought shit. This isn't your Simply
I
Orange,
get it.
okay?
I believe it.
This is your, like, somebody took the time to hand squeeze a drop of the best oranges from all around the world to make a carafe of orange juice.
We could do that
divine.
here. We could go get some really pricey oranges, come back.
No, I'm talking
get
like...
us a juicer out here in the
They
studio.
inspect thousands of oranges to find one orange, to only gather one drop from that orange. It costs as such, but it is delicious. And so that was they paid for the wedding because the bride's parents are supposed to.
That's right.
Which they got off
Very
easy.
traditional.
They got off super easy because it's just like Elvis and like 20 people are going to be there.
Elvis was like, would you like to put down the $50 deposit now, or...
and then we're going to that Gordon Ramsay place, and Gordon Ramsay's going to be there.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hell's Kitchen.
Whatever it's called, the place at Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
And then we're gonna consummate our marriage, guys. I'm gonna lose my virginity.
Maybe you'll see growth spurt.
That's fun. Maybe you'll see growth spurt.
I am sending this episode to them.
No, don't. And you don't know them.
No, don't.
You don't know them.
Although they know about you, like you very easily could have met them when you were in town. Like they,
Yeah,
They're say I'm having like some nostalgia, even just being able to see the studio.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we want you back. Anytime you want to come and stay, I'll have to sleep in the same bed as Audrey because that's my guest bedroom. Yeah, you can sleep in my bedroom, bro. If you want to come back down,
Audrey will let you spend the night.
That's certainly how it feels. I'm getting married in a week.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Dude,
All right.
you're not even coming.
I
dude.
can't, man. I can't.
Dude.
I was planning to come and everything until
I even told him he was my best man.
I can't believe you're not going to be there, Cyphus.
I have a ton of family coming in the week of Thanksgiving. And
Couldn't
I
come
just,
for 2 days.
I can't. Well, you guys are of course doing it the day before Thanksgiving.
Why couldn't you come
I just
Tuesday
wanna,
and
I just
leave
wanna throw down
Wednesday
that-
morning? We don't get married until Wednesday at 7 p.m. Why couldn't you leave then?
Oh yeah, I could get home at 3 a.m. on Thanksgiving, and maybe that's feasible. Maybe I will.
Wow.
Is your family all coming to be with you at your place?
No, not at my place, but it's the first time my sister and her sister and my brother-in-law have been like back in town in like 7 years or something.
Yeah,
they're
they're
here
here that long because they've been. Bo is 4.
Oh, yeah, well, they were married.
Roland's
Were they
been
married
married
before
once
that?
in his life,
They
probably.
were married before
This
that.
is the kind of stuff nobody wants. This is terrible pod.
Anyway,
Just wrap this fucking
I'm just
show
saying
up.
I've been with her for a long time.
You had to like lay out your sexual plans for your wedding.
No,
There's just 20
you
minutes
asked
on
if I was
Roland
gonna
losing his
stuff the
virginity.
turkey, dude. If I was gonna stuff the fucking turkey, okay? And I wanted to explain the awkwardness
my bad.
that I'm about to. Where it's gonna. I know the next day when we show up because they only got us a room for that one night. That when I show up, I'm gonna get a little nudge from my father-in-law, who will be my father-in-law
It's
then.
just super dirty because it's like, hey, you just porked my daughter. Was it everything you thought it would be?
That's a really disturbing situation to have.
It's an awkward situation.
Yeah, it is. No, I'm with you.
Right?
I'm with you. Yeah.
God, dude.
It's one of those things that
And I'm stressed about it. Kinda.
I think some people look at that situation and think that they're like being helpful or like that they're making
that
things
they're
less
like,
awkward.
I just got
But
you.
in all reality,
Hi.
it's one of those things that we go through life and
you-
we just don't mention.
You know Daryl, he's like that. He is gonna nudge me and be like, "So was it what you were thinking? Did you know what?"
I don't think he'll ask you those questions. I think only a sadist asks those
what you-
questions.
Anyway,
Bacon.
I don't know. It's not. It's her father. It's her father-in-law.
So there's that
Stepdad.
separation.
Stepdad.
Her stepfather.
It's her stepfather, but he's been her stepfather for a very, very long time. So she like calls him dad, and like he's a really good guy. A really, really pure intention, awesome guy. I do look up to him.
He just made the mistake of thinking that Roland was just and virtuous. That's all.
He thought well, I always
No,
portray
I'm
like
closing
I'm
the
a
show.
good guy.
I'm
around
closing
him.
the show.
Okay, sorry.
We can talk to Easy all night, damn it.
I'm just saying,
The
like,
rest of the world doesn't care about you and your father-in-law.
I kind of want to just watch CSI and drink orange juice because
Yeah.
I've consummated this marriage plenty of times. Okay, that's all
That's
I'm
not how
gonna
you want
say.
to phrase it at the dinner. Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Thanks,
like-
guys, for tuning in. Hey, remember about that Amazon banner. I'll let you guys know when we get that up. I'm really trying to change the subject.
Oh, hey! Before we go, I've got to do service to our future shows.
Okay.
We've got a good lineup coming up on Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday on the Try Hard show, they're going to be working on some drafting techniques and as it relates to the pubs, and that's going to roll right over into our Thursday show where they start talking about drafting up at the higher levels and maybe taking some of the pro drafting that you see going on and trying to work that down into your game as you're improving. So stay tuned for some advanced Dota talk on drafting from both of our Dota shows this week.
Yeah, and we will know more about another upcoming show featuring a couple of folks who've been on the show before.
Let's keep that one under wraps. I want to
We're
totally
gonna keep it down low.
But I think we
Big
could
surprise
say
coming.
it's a couple of weeks out.
Yes. Big surprise coming. Big
yes.
surprise coming. Just leave.
Huge surprise coming with some of
Right.
the most capable, wonderful, best individual I've met in the scene. It was like rapping it for a second there, dude. Is how it felt. Close me out. I'm tired. I'm gonna go play 13 hours of Fallout 4.
I'm good.
I'm
You
gonna
can
play
catch up.
17 hours in a row of Fallout 4.
All right, guys. We thank you for tuning in. Remember to check out all the other shows. We already did the plug, so until next time, this is Cyphus for Easy and Roland's Turkey Steffens. Good
Really?
luck.
Don't talk about me like that.
Godspeed.
That's my fucking wife.